Catellus Development here, the master developer of Mueller. First, I'd like to welcome everybody. It's a great crowd, standing room crowd, which is exciting. I thought the news of the day today would be our announcement, but they said it's cooling off today. I'm not too sure about that weather forecast. But thank you all for coming. Today we're announcing who the grocer is, and it's been a long-awaited announcement. It's the number one question we get, and it's been for probably 2 to 3 years. We get the question is, who is the grocer? When's it gonna break ground, and when is it gonna end up opening? And so finally, we're here today. And for the residents here and the neighbors, surrounding neighborhoods, who are residents and neighbors in the crowd? Yeah, it's we've heard you all for many days, many months, and many years, and I couldn't be thrilled today to be announcing it today. Before I start with that, there's a few special folks here that I'd like to recognize. First, we have an AISD Board of Trustees member, Cheryl Bradley, who's in the crowd joining us today. And then second, we have Council Member Laura Morrison here joining us, and who will actually have a few remarks here shortly. Thank you for coming out this morning and supporting the cause. There are some Mueller Commission members, I believe, here also. I don't see, Mr. Jones right here in the front row, Rick Kervaniak here, Ashley Fisher, anyone else here? Jim Walker couldn't make it. Thank you all again for coming. And then lastly, the introduction. And joining us today, we have a few special guests who have come to join us, I believe. It's our HEB buddy. And Jeff Thomas, who's the Senior Vice President of HEB and head of the Central Texas operations for HEB and the entire HEB team.
Well, good morning, everyone. We are so excited to be here in the Mueller development. In fact, Greg and I have been working along with our teams for, it seems like many years now, but at least a couple years that we've been working together to find a way to support this community in the very best possible way. And so we are looking forward to being a part of the Mueller. I'm just going to do both. I'll rotate back and forth. That way I make everybody happy. But anyway, we are very pleased to be here. It's so fun, you know. In fact, this morning when I drove through the neighborhood, and what an exciting place. And to see all of the neighbors walking around, riding their mopeds, the strollers. I must have seen 20 strollers this morning. You know, so this is really a tremendous community that we're proud to be a part of, something that I'm very excited to be able to support in a big way. I also just want to say thanks to my team for all of the work that they've done and that they will do. We have our Director of Operations, Garland Stansbury, who will be leading this store, Laura Estes, who directs all of our marketing team. In fact, most of our team right now is up in Granbury, working on our Granbury store up in the Fort Worth area. So I know they would love to be here and to help celebrate, but we'll be seeing a lot of them as we work on this store. And the great news is, you know, Granbury is 3.5 hours away for us. It took me 4 minutes to get here from the office today. So whoever ends up running this store is going to have lots of supervision. You know, I'm just so excited to get to work now on the design of the store. And so that's our next phase. We will be working to, you know, design this store in the best possible way. And one of the things that we always do is we work with the communities and the neighborhoods around us to gather your input and feedback for what do you want in this store. And so we are planning to meet. In fact, our first meeting, I think, is on October 5th. We will be coming together with the part of the neighborhood association to, you know, just hear from you what you'd like to see in this store. So that's the next process that we will go through. And I got to tell you, this will be a fun and exciting process. This will be the 74th store in our region. And I've got to tell you, this is the most exciting store for me that we will be opening in our region, just because of the uniqueness of it. We have sort of the old Austin coming together with the new Austin on the east side of Austin, and in a new and exciting community. And so the design process begins next. We will do a groundbreaking in mid to late 2012. We still have a lot of process to go through, city permitting and things like that, but with plans to open in 2013. But for now, what we do know is that this will be, without a doubt, this store will be the greenest and most sustainable store that we have in our entire company. Yes. And we are committed to that in a big way. We also plan to use this as a testing ground for the rest of the company and things that we do in stores as we continue to build HEBs around the state of Texas and in Mexico. And so you will see a store that uses dramatically less energy, less water than any of our other stores. We will have a comprehensive recycling program for plastics, for cardboard, for composting. The landscaping that we'll be doing will be native landscaping that really respects and conserves the precious natural resources around our store. And in keeping with the spirit of this thoughtful building design here at Mueller, we plan to really go after and earn high marks from the Austin Energy Green Building Program and the U.S. Green Building Council's LEED certification program. So those things are very exciting to us. And, we will be breaking new ground here with an HEB in this development. And so along with that design and the kind of the environmental edges that we'll place into this format, which will be in the 65 to 75,000 square foot range. So it'll be a nice sized neighborhood store that, I think the way that I would put it, not too big, not too small, and just fits and nestles into this community in the very best possible way. And so we'll be looking for feedback from you on what we can put into this building. We do know that we're going to have a good degree of central market products, all of the fresh departments, the fresh service seafood, the wide variety of produce. We'll have a lot of organics in this store, and the day-to-day stock-up items that you need at HEB's everyday low prices. And so we're committed to try to find the best balance of assortment to really meet this neighborhood grocery store. And it will be a neighborhood grocery store. It won't be one of those regional big draw stores. We do have some of those that serve their purpose. But in this case, I think you'll find that this store will nestle really well into this community and the surrounding communities. And so, and we do, if you've ever shopped, and I'll bet you have, our store at Hancock or our store at Springdale, those stores can get a little bit busy, right? So this store will actually help to relieve some of the pressure on those two stores. And so we do plan to keep those two stores open and just add another store to our network of stores here in Austin. And so, again, we are just very excited to be here. Thankful, for all of the work that we've been able to do with Greg and Catellus and the team here to really pull off a wonderful store. The work's not done yet, and we plan to be committed to do all the right things for you and for this community. And with that, I just want to say thank you for welcoming us to Mueller, and we're glad to be a part of this community. Thanks so much.
Well, it goes without saying, and just said thank you. And there, like Jeff said, there's a lot of hard work to be done. But a few things that we'd like to highlight about HEB and what their commitments are. And Jeff just mentioned them there. The design, adhering to the design guidelines. Kind of going and adhering to all that. The commitment to sustainability. We've all talked about it. That Miller's been an experiment and a bed for a lot of different innovative things, whether it's the green building, the affordable housing, or many, many other things, and that having HEB being an old, Texas company, picking Mueller for its innovative greenest store is something that, you know, to me is another big feather in the cap of Mueller, the city of Austin.